Hey everyone, so today we're going to take a look at the Hasbro release of the first mold, Masterpiece Bumblebee, which they label as MP-08, even though it's really MP-21. But MP-08, Autobot, Bumblebee, and Spike. So they clarify that this is in fact Spike. So, there you go. You might be thinking to yourself, wait, you already reviewed this mold. I have. I reviewed the G2 gold repaint, because, story. I had this. This was actually the original Takara version. Was the second MP I bought after the first release of Sideswipe. And I had that guy for a while, but when when MP-45 came out, I knew I was going to get it. I went ahead and I gave the original to my youngest brother for Christmas, and then I got MP-45. Then later on that year, I decided I wanted to have every mold, so I bought the gold version, which was fine, but I was like, I always said to myself, if I ever found one for a decent price, I'd go ahead and pick up the original again. And I found this one for about $80. So there we go. That's why I end up having this version. The American version is literally no different from the Japanese one. They're the literal same thing, paint, everything. It's the same toy. So now Grimlock won't look so weird on my box display. I will say, though, he is very mistransformed. Not very, but he's mistransformed. That's not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be flipped down. Mine does have a QC problem, and I'll address that when we get to it. But, anyway, let's go ahead and review this guy, shall we? Here's Bumblebee in his vehicle mode. It is not exactly accurate to the cartoon. It's actually very close to the Bumblebee movie. The Masterpiece figure we actually reviewed 2 videos ago. 2 or 3 videos ago, because this Mortal Kombat Armageddon, I think, is up right now. So, 3 videos ago, but he's still a nice looking car, and I like the color scheme better on this guy. He also comes with, like I said, Spike. And here's the QC problem. Mine didn't come with the helmet. So, it's not the end of the world. Like, I'll live. But what I might do is just grab a knockoff for cheap and give him the helmet and be done with it. But the exosuit is really the whole reason I wanted to get the American version, just because any version, a regular version, because the G2 version doesn't have this. So, not that it's great, but it feels more complete with it. We'll actually go ahead and transform him first. So, I guess he does turn into this in the Transformers the movies, so it's cool that they replicated, but you know, it's a thing. So transform this guy, get all this separated, straighten out the legs, and then talk about that in a minute. Fold the wheels in and straighten the legs out. Get these arms straightened out. Fold this piece in. Normally you would take the helmet off and then push the head down, but since I don't have the helmet, I'm just going to push the head down. Fold all that together. Open the arms up, straighten them out. Same thing over here. And there you go. Spike in his robot mode, his exosuit mode. It's okay. He can't point his arms straight down. His arms can go up like this, and they pop off really easily. His legs can go forward a little bit, can go back. Actually, not really at all. It can go out pretty far, actually, because they're on ball joints. His knees can go back a little bit. They can go forward a lot. He doesn't really have much in the way of articulation. He's honestly more of an accessory. Anything. It's cool that he comes with it, but it's nothing to write home about. I mean, you buy the set for Bumblebee, not him. And like I said, he's okay, but, you know, the ball joints come off really easy. I guess it's just a thing with Masterpiece human figures with ball joints. They come off really easily. I don't know. There you go. Anyway, now this guy, like I said, he still has the whole back wheel comes off, and he has the license plate you can put in there. Just like the original, but I already went over all that in my original review. So we're not going to so much worry about it here. With a transform him, could remove this piece, disconnect all of this, and then we're going to straighten the legs out, fold him up, fold the wheels in, push that in, close that up. Fold this piece in and then push that up. That'll all slide right in there. Disconnect all that. Pull the arm up, rotate it, fold out the hand, and straighten that piece out. Do the same thing over here. Turn that around. Push that down to make his head. Turn this around. Push this piece down, and then push all that in. There you go. You got Bumblebee in his robot mode. And his robot mode was before the super cartoony era. But he looks decent. He looks good enough. He's a little chunky up front, but that's okay. He can hold his little gun. He's got a very pouty face, but you can take the face off and replace it with happy face. So, he's got that going for him. Articulation-wise, he's decent. His waist turns. His head can do a full 360. That piece. It's come off a lot more in this video than it has since I got it. Full 360 on the elbows. Those are shoulders. Can go in and out. Turn the bicep. Single elbow joint. No hand. He can move his hand in, but, you know, they can't open or turn or anything. Can go forward. Can go back. Can go out a decent bit. Single knee joint. And he's got some ankle. So he's got a decent range of articulation. Nothing mind-blowing, but, you know, it gets the job done. Now, in terms of overall look, the new Bumblebee does look better from the dead front. He does. But he feels a lot more solid, honestly. And he's cheaper. But he does feel a lot more solid than the new Bumblebee does. But in terms of aesthetics, the new one does look better from the dead front, and he's got a more involved transformation. This guy's transformation is actually really straightforward. So it really depends on what you're looking for. I think he's a bit much more solid figure overall than the new one. That's just me, obviously. He's not on my bottom 5 like the new one is. Which the new one wouldn't have if it didn't crack on me in the video. But anyway. Like I said, I think he's... if you wanted for display purposes, the new one is better. But if you want a more fun toy and a more solid toy, this Bumblebee's the one to get. Either American or Japanese is the literal same toy, almost the same price at release. It's gone up because he came out a long time ago, but I think he's still a super solid figure, and you'll probably like him if you get him. I think he's cool. This guy is kind of meh, but Bumblebee's really cool. He does fit well with MP-10, whereas I'll give the new one credit. It does fit well with MP-44. So it also really depends on what Optimus you have in your display. If you have MP-10, get this one. If you have MP-44, get the new one. But if you got both, get both. Anyway, that's going to be it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stick around for the next one. Take care.